Good day, students. Come back to our channel again. Let us try to do one more problem related to an ITJ Advanced, problem number 6. Before that, let us try to have a small revision of your concept related to the concept of your angular impulse. देखिए आप लोग ने ऑलरेडी न्यूटन्स लॉस ऑफ मोशन में पढ़ा होगा फोर्स इज इक्वल्स टू फ्रॉम न्यूटन सेकंड लॉ ऑफ मोशन फ्रॉम न्यूटन्स सेकंड लॉ ऑफ मोशन क्या पढ़ा था बेटा फोर्स इज नथिंग बट इक्वल टू रेट ऑफ चेंज ऑफ मोमेंटम एफ इज इक्वल्स टू योर dp by dt इन ट्रांसलेशन मोशन हम लोग बात कर रहे हैं ट्रांसलेशनल मोशन के बारे में so in the translation motion force is equals to how much for me dp by your dt dp by dt similarly in rotational mechanics torque whatever is the role played by the force in translation motion that role is being played by your torque is equals to rate of change of angular momentum that is dl by your dt okay torque is equals to what tau is equals to your if I'm taking right now here tau is equals to your dl by your dt both of them are analog to each other so in rotational mechanics tau is equals to dl by dt and in the translation motion f is equals to dp by dt part of relation where tau is nothing but net torque acting about any fixed point torque is nothing but what net torque acting about any fixed point and dl by dt is known as rate of change of angular momentum about that given point part of relation yeah So what was I was talking? So we know that in Newton's laws of motion, the force is equals to dp by dt in translation. Similarly, in rotational mechanics, torque is equals to dl by dt. Here the torque is nothing but net torque due to the about a fixed point beta. That thing you should be a little bit careful. And dl by dt is nothing but rate of change of angular momentum about that point only. About that point means the fixed point, whatever you're talking. So I can write here right now from this one. If I take dl on this side, integral of your dl will be equal to integral of your tau into your d theta. Integral of tau into d theta will be called as what beta force into dt that is called as of your impulse. So I can say that this integral of your dl will be equal to your impulse represented by letter j because integral of tau into dt is known as of your impulse part of relation. So I can say that impulse j is equals to integral of your tau into dt that is equals to your rate of change of angular momentum that is initial to your final if I am writing. So impulse I can write as j is equals to your L final minus of your L initial. So change in angular momentum is also called as of your impulse. Is also called as of your impulse. So change in angular momentum is equals to your angular impulse. This j is known as of what? Angular impulse about the given fixed point, provided it will give me the resultant torque. I hope you are clear with this one. So impulse will be equal to your rate of change in your angular momentum. Change in your angular momentum. Let me give an example for this one. Okay, take care. See here. Say for example, this is one rod right now for me. Okay, and this is the center. Okay, and say for example, if I'm applying the force somewhere here right now, this is a force F. Okay, distance of this one from here to here is say for example L divided by 4. Total length of this one from here to here is say for example L. Okay, and I'm applying the force at a distance of L by 4 from the center of mass. Okay, so this is a rod which is at rest and is lying on a smooth horizontal surface. The force capital F is acting on it for a very small interval of a time. Very small interval of your time. So the moment you apply the force on this one, what is happening, beta? Can you tell me? This will start rotating. So because of this force, this will try to rotate with an angular velocity omega about the center of mass omega. And along with that one, this also will try to move in the front direction. That is nothing but of your V. Okay. So when you are applying the force, it is no doubt undergoing rotation and also translator. And the force applied here is for very short interval of a time. So I can say that impulse will be equal to your impulse will be equal to your integral of your f into your dt, that is equals to change in momentum, that is m into your v, minus final momentum is this one, initial momentum is 0. So I can write that one as of your m into your v. So क्या बोल रहा था मैं यहाँ पर? So we have got a rod which is being at rest and lying on a smooth horizontal surface पे मान के चलो, and we are applying a force of capital F at a distance of L/4 from the center of mass. So हो क्या रहा है basically, because of this applied force, the body is no doubt rotating with an angular velocity, and along with that one it is also undergoing a certain translation motion with a velocity v. That means there is an angular impulse and also a translational impulse. अगर मैं फोर्स के वजह से इंपल्स निकालूं तो इंपल्स कितना बन रहा है बेटा, फोर्स इनटू dt, दैट इज नथिंग बट चेंज इन मोमेंटम. सो फाइनल मोमेंटम इज m into v, इनिशियल मोमेंटम तो 0 होगा, तो दैट इज इक्वल टू m into v. तो अब इसका एंगुलर इंपल्स कितना बनेगा, कोई किसी को याद है? देखिए, so if I am taking an angular impulse for this one, yeah, angular impulse, so that will be equal to integral of tau into your dt. So that is equals to integral tau will be equal to how much बेटा, force into perpendicular distance. तो force यहाँ पर कितना है, F into perpendicular distance कितना है, L/4 into dt. ये हो गया मेरे पास angular impulse. So if I am writing this relation right now as it is rotating, so I can get even the angular velocity omega. So this will be equal to how much? I can write this one as L final minus L initial. L initial तो 0 हो जाएगा. So this will be integral of your f into your L/4 तो out, integral of dt will be equal to your L final is nothing but L. That will be equal to your I into your omega. ठीक है? So what is the moment of inertia for this rod about an axis passing through center beta? ml square by 12. So therefore I can write this one as f into your L divided by 4, integral of dt is nothing but t, that is equals to I is equals to m into L square by 12 into your omega. L a square चले गया, isn't it? So I can get right now the force for this one, integral of your f into your dt, integral of your f into your dt part equation, यानी impulse of f into dt is nothing but equal to your m into v. तो यहाँ पर मैं लिख सकता हूँ इस तरह से f into t divided by 4 is equals to m into your L divided by 12 into your omega. F into t is nothing but of your momentum, so m into v divided by 4 is equals to m into L into omega divided by 12. This m will get cancelled, so I can get the relation between v and as well as of your omega. 4 1s are 4 3s are. So v will be equal to your L omega divided by 3, isn't it? So this is the relation between linear velocity and angular velocity. V is equals to your L omega by t. Or v by omega will be equal to how much one? I can write here v by omega will be equal to your L by 3. ऐसे भी लिख सकते हैं बस. Small application. I hope आप लोग को समझ में आया होगा impulse निकालने का तरीका. Because here whatever force I am applying is for a very short interval of a time. So that is the reason I'm getting the relation between the linear velocity v and angular velocity of your omega part of relation. ठीक है ना? उसी तरह से और एक एग्जांपल कर लेते हैं, देख लीजिए. ओके, सेम कंडीशन मान के चलो मेरे पास एक रॉड है इस तरह से. ओके, एंड आई एम अप्लाइंग द फोर्स ऑन दिस वन यहाँ पर कैपिटल F. ओके, ये इसका सेंटर ऑफ मास. So this is a uniform rod. Length of this rod is say for example some 6 meters. कुछ भी ले सकते हैं, ऐसा नहीं है कि 6 meters ही लो, जो डिपेंड करता है इस प्रॉब्लम के हिसाब से. But roughly for understanding I have given some length so that I can do in numerical value. So for this rod, the length of this one say for example 6 meter and which is lying on a smooth horizontal surface इस तरह से. Okay. So an impulsive force F is acting at one end of this rod ऊपर वाले and perpendicular to it for a very small interval of a time. And what is my question is, what is the distance moved by the center of mass when the rod completes one revolution about the center of mass? तो हम लोग ने force इतना लगाया है for a very short interval of a time so that it is having a capacity to make one complete rotation. That means if I make an FBD for this one, तो ये rod कुछ इस तरह से होता है basically. Okay. तो इसका हो जाएगा यहाँ पर सेंटर Okay, and this is having a linear velocity v, and also rotating about this one with angular velocity omega about the center of mass. Okay, now for translational equilibrium we can say that for ट्रांसलेशनल मोशन क्योंकि सामने भी जा रहा है वो, तो इंटीग्रल ऑफ योर एफ इंटू डी टी, इंटीग्रल ऑफ योर फोर्स इंटू योर डी टी विल बी इक्वल टू योर एम इंटू वी, कैपिटल एम स्मॉल एम, वो डिपेंड करता है बेसिकली। और अपन फोर्स कहाँ पर लगाए हुए हैं बेसिकली, वी आर अप्लाइंग द फोर्स एग्जैक्टली हियर इन द डिस्टेंस ऑफ योर एल बाई टू फ्रॉम द सेंटर ऑफ मास। ओके, टोटल डिस्टेंस कितना दिया हुआ 6 मीटर, यानी यहाँ पर ये बन जाएगा इंटीग्रल ऑफ योर, ये हो गया फोर्स इनटू दिस इज लेंथ डिवाइडेड बाय 2 इनटू योर dt will be equal to your, so this one is your m into your v part, m into your v part of relation, force acting on your time part of relation. So this is for rotation, for rotational, if I'm writing for rotational motion, integral of your f, torque हो रहा ना, torque is equals to force into perpendicular distance. I'll write, otherwise it will get confused. तो मैं लिख रहा हूँ बेसिकली यहाँ पर integral of your tau into your dt will be equal to your L final minus L initial. So torque will be equal to force into perpendicular distance is L by 2 into your dt. L final will be equal to your I into your omega because initial angular momentum will be equal to 0. Okay, ठीक है, तो ये कितना बन जाएगा देखो बेसिकली, integral of your f into dt, integral of your f into dt will be equal to your m into v. तो मैं कैसे लिख सकता हूँ मैं यहाँ पर, see this total part from this equation 1 I can write m into v divided by this one is L by 2 is equals to I into omega. Moment of inertia of this rod about the center of mass is ml square divided by 12 into your omega. तो am चले गया, a भी l small l ले रहा हूँ, a square और a l चले गया, so ये हो जाएगा 2 1 2 6 12, ठीक है ना। तो इसमें से मुझे वेलोसिटी आ जाएगी v is equals to l into omega divided by 6, ठीक है ना। And this is something relation between the linear velocity and angular velocity. Now distance moved by this rod, तो कितना है, complete rotation बन रहा है, for one complete rotation distance traveled will be equal to your velocity into time. कितना टाइम लग रहा है, t is equals to your 2 pi by omega और on complete revolution. तो s is equals to v हो गया l into omega divided by 6 into time is equals to 2 pi by omega, ठीक है ना। तो ये बन जाएगा मेरे पास कितना आ रहा है देखो, दिस इज l by 6, ये ओमेगा और ये ओमेगा भी कट जाएगा बेसिकली, सो दिस विल बी इक्वल टू योर 2 1 2 3, so this will be equal to pi into L divided by 3. तो ये हो गया इसका distance. So distance moved by this one will be equal to your pi L divided by 3. I hope समझ में आया होगा सभी को. So this was small application related to angular impulse. इसके ऊपर अच्छे से क्वेश्चंस आप लोग को बीसी पांडे वगैरह में मिल जाएंगे. So आप थोड़ा अच्छा सा प्रैक्टिस करिए, कॉन्सेप्ट इतना ही है. If you make some another 4-5 problems का अगर आप इस पे प्रैक्टिस करोगे ना, so I hope you can be master in the concept of your angular impulse part equation. Okay, take care बेटा, thank you, bye.